I am a big fan of Beetlejuice. I mean, that's not really a massive surprise. Most people my age are really into Beetlejuice. So I am so excited about the new movie. I feel like the casting on that is really, really cool. Now, knowing that like a new Beetlejuice is coming out, I was like, okay, let's see the brands that are going to come out with a new collection around that. So we're already starting to see it. And this new collection is from NYX Cosmetics. I gotta say a massive thank you to Makeup on Your Radar and to Point Click Vibes. I took information and pictures like a dirty, filthy little thief. But let's discuss this. And by the way, my gorgeous friends, this is all available right now. I'll have an affiliate link down below in case you do want to get it. You can actually get the whole thing together in a PR kit for $110, which I actually feel isn't too bad. There's a lot in it. There's 3 different dual-ended black and chrome eyeliners. There's a limited edition colour palette for $18. By the way, the chrome liners are $13 each. The cheek palette I'm very interested in. That's $13. There's butter glosses, of course there are, and they're in 4 different shades for $6 each. There's also a supercharged hydrating lip gloss for $9. There's a beauty sponge and travel case, which is just amazing, for $15. And then this is the bit that I'm kind of confused by. The cooling under eye patches for $13. I'm assuming that they're reusable because otherwise it would seem a little bit weird. Yeah? Or is it maybe just me? And in case you weren't sure, these are going to be limited edition. So if you do like these, probably get them sooner rather than later. These are swirled butter glosses and they're the Beetlejuice Sandworm Swirl. They're $6 each and there's 4 shades. I gotta say, that grey one is super, super interesting to me. But this is where I get a bit annoyed. Why are you swatching them on the arm? Show it to us on the lips. Like, that's a really, really weird way to show it. I mean, I'd like to see that grey gloss, for example, on the lips so that I can get a better idea of it. Just a weird way to show it. Then they have the Beetlejuice colour for the recently deceased 8-pan eyeshadow palette for $18. And if you're like me, you're probably thinking, my goodness, this looks very, very similar to the Melt one, which, I mean, fair. I'm a little bit put off by the fact that there's a bit of like wasted space on the palette, but I mean, if that's the biggest thing that I can say here, not a massive deal. I'm also a bit confused as to why certain kind of shades here are like outlined in green, but maybe there's a specific reason for that. Now, what I've found with NYX eyeshadow palettes is they're either amazing or they're terrible. There's absolutely no in between, but I feel like this is one of those ones that it's going to be more of like a collector's thing, which honestly, lads, not going to judge you. I totally get it. And honestly, the swatches look kind of promising. There's something very 2000s about this. This is not what I thought this was going to swatch like at all. Like that yellow in there, I thought that was going to be more of like a green rather than a yellow. Or maybe it's just me and my stupid eyes. That blue though looks very, very nice. But yeah, it's fine. I can't really figure out what I would do with it, but maybe that's just me. This is the Afterlife Passport Cheek Palette for $13. And this one, I'm going to say this is the one that I'm the most interested in. All 3 of those shades are gorgeous, but the one at the very top, that like pale lavender purpley shade, shut up. I can't really think of anything else that looks like this. It's like darker than a lot of other ones that I have seen that are a similar shade. So I'm really intrigued by that. Again, I want to actually see this on the face rather than swatches on the arm. But of course, we have swatches on the arm. What I find interesting there is it almost looks like on one of those swatches that the orangey shade has a little bit of shimmer to it. So I kind of want to see that in store and see what the story is. Then these are the Pinstripe Duo liners and each of them has a black end and then the other side is the chrome. The chromes are pink, green and purple and they're $13 each. Is this necessarily that innovative? No, I mean, these sort of things have existed for quite some time. I remember that Urban Decay came out with something like this years and years and years ago, and there's lots of other brands that have done this, but I feel like $13, it's not bad at all. I'm kind of wondering if the chrome that they've swatched there, have they put the black underneath? Because obviously that would augment it. I just feel like maybe they needed to kind of make that a little bit more clear. But I do appreciate that they've shown it on the eye, and it looks okay. Like, nothing that I'd really write home about or that I'd be like, oh my god, I must get this. It's fine, but not something that I'd be like, oh, I have to really pop that into my basket. These are the Dead Cold Under Eye Patches, and I think that they look really, really cute, and it does say on them that they're reusable, so you know what? I'm kind of here for that. I love eye patches. I use them every single day because I'm getting old, and I'm trying to fight all of that, and I tend to get a lot of like purpley under eyes because, well, I don't have to explain myself, it just seems to be my shite genetics. $13, it isn't bad, and it's a really cute little pattern, so why not? And then this is the Beetlejuice Shrinker Head Sponge and Travel Case for $15. Would I normally spend $15 on a sponge? No, but the little case that it comes in is actually kind of adorable, and I feel like the packaging is pretty good. Would I prefer if this was more $10? Yes. Yes, I would. And finally, we have the Supercharged Hydrating Lip Gloss in Pomegranate Clout for $9. And thankfully, they have actually shown this on the lips. Like, there we go, lads. That's all you had to do. It's helpful for us. We can see what this looks like. And also the packaging on that with the little coffin. Adorable. Does this collection necessarily wow me? Not really. I think there's elements of this that are really, really cool, but then there's some bits that I'm like, we could have gone without. I think those dual-ended liners, didn't need those. I feel like kind of maybe that gloss, we didn't necessarily need. Did we necessarily need those reusable eye patches? Not really. You know, they could have just edited it down a little bit. The price point isn't bad, $110 for a whole PR collection, because I'm thinking at the time of Melt, let's not even think about how much that was. I mean, we're going to see a lot more brands coming out with a Beetlejuice collection, let's be 100% real. So I feel like we're going to have to like rank them at the end of the year to be like, which one was the best? But let me know what you guys think. Do you want all of this, or do you want some of it, or do you want none of it? Or do you just want to go see the film? I'm just very excited to see Winona Ryder on the cinema screen again. But let me know what you guys think down below, because I'm nosy.